Let's talk about the healing power of shamanic journeying. I'm John Moore, and I am a shamanic teacher and practitioner from the state of Maine in the U.S., up in the northeast of the U.S. And I have been practicing shamanism for many years and teaching for a number of years, and I have experienced firsthand the healing power of shamanic journey. As a practitioner, I obviously work in journey when I work with clients. And if you don't know what a shamanic journey is, this is the main practice of shamanism. This involves entering an altered state of consciousness. There is a very specific altered state, a very specific shamanic state that one enters to facilitate this work. Traveling in non-ordinary realms of reality, so non-ordinary worlds. I have videos about upper world, lower world, middle world, what they are, and that sort of thing. And working with helping spirits. Those are the three components of shamanic journey. Shamanic journeying is the main practice that we consider shamanic activities. Now, shamans do all kinds of things all over the world, depending on if they're from an indigenous culture or they're practicing core shamanism, or things are filtered through their lenses. And very frequently, shamanic healers in indigenous cultures will also use things like herbalism and maybe even massage and other types of healing modalities and combine them in with their shamanic practice. But I want to talk specifically about healing yourself with shamanic journeying. This is, as opposed to healing other people, doing healing work on behalf of other people. So when I came into shamanism, I did so to work on myself, to heal myself. I had no intention whatsoever to work with other people. And along the way, I found that really, I really loved working with other people. I'm good at it, and it's very fulfilling for me. So, I work as a shamanic healer, and I have students, and I teach classes, and I mentor people, and all of that sort of thing. But I wouldn't have been able to do that if I hadn't been able to experience my own shamanic healing, my own healing journey from doing my own journey work. And this, I think, comes from a number of different places. Okay, so first of all, the practice of journeying spools the brain waves down, or tunes them down to a level we call theta, which is, so beta is where we kind of normally are, a certain frequency of brain waves. Alpha is when we're relaxed or daydreaming. It's actually where some sort of light trance happens, that kind of thing, or right before you're about to fall asleep, or right when you wake up from sleep and you're still a little woozy. That's alpha. Theta brainwaves come from, usually during deep sleep or deep meditation, and theta also corresponds to the shamanic brain state. Very recently, there was an EEG study of shamanic practitioners. And what they found was when they were drumming, which is how I journey, when they were drumming and going into journey, their brains actually formed a unique pattern that they could observe that was akin to people doing psilocybin, which is, if you don't know, magic mushrooms. It's a little bit different. It's not exactly the same thing as using magic mushrooms, but the brain states are similar. The activity in the brain is similar to somebody who's taken a large dose of psilocybin. The nice thing about journeying is there's no bad trips. There's no come down. You can just stop whenever you want. Or if you take a dose of psilocybin, I don't actually know how long that stays in your system, but I would imagine for quite a while. I think it's probably hours. Definitely that's the case with things like ayahuasca and other psychedelics. You can do journeying without the psychedelics, without the hallucinogens, and I'm not taking away anything from people who are using plant medicine in the context of traditional indigenous cultures that have been using these things for thousands of years and know how to do them safely and aren't just selling drugs essentially to profit and make money and that sort of thing. So one healing aspect of journeying is just entering into the brain state, entering into the theta state. We know that meditation has, you can read thousands of peer-reviewed articles on the healing power of meditation, what it does to our stress and our blood pressure and our inflammation and all of these things. Meditation's a fantastic practice. I highly recommend it. I think everybody should meditate. I rarely use the word should, but meditation is like brushing your teeth, something that would be good for everybody. And so I think there is an aspect of journeying that just from entering into that trance state is healing. And then we're working with healing energies. We're working with all kinds of healing energies. We work with these helping spirits. Frequently, we merge our energies with them, which changes our energy system, much in the same way that acupuncture or Reiki or that sort of thing changes the energy in your body that creates healing. There's also mental healing from journeying. There's a lot of mental processes that happen, from shadow work to being able to delve into your unconscious to healing psychic wounds or psychological wounds and old traumas and all kinds of stuff that can happen in journey. Even doing dream work in journey is very helpful. And this is where, particularly the shadow work aspect and some of the wound healing that I've done have profoundly impacted my life, profoundly impacted my health. And this is just kind of a side benefit from learning. It's weird that it's a side benefit, but it is. Like it happens. And I know lots of people who have healed themselves, or gotten through chronic conditions that have been, healed with a combination of medicine and shamanic journeying. Now, shamanic journeying is not a replacement for your healthcare provider or your therapist or that sort of thing. I always tell my clients they work well really in conjunction, and it's a good idea to combine those things. Use as many tools as you have access to, right? If you have modern medicine, you use that along with shamanic journeying, and you get this enhanced effect from both of those things. People in shamanic cultures don't use shamanic healing alone by itself. They do shamanic healing, but they will usually combine it with plant medicines and other modalities, right? We want the best. We want everything that you can gather and heal from. So anyway, this is about the healing power of shamanic journeying. There is there's a mental physical effect, and I really believe that mind, body, and spirit are kind of this continuum that they all overlap. It's really hard to draw a distinction between the mind and the body, right? Because we know, we experience our body through our mind, and our mind profoundly affects our body. Look at stress, right? Stress is not just a mental thing. We know stress has horrible, chronic stress has horrible effects on your body. It can cause heart problems, organ damage, nerve problems, all kinds of stuff, right? So the body and the mind interact, the body, the mind, and the spirit all interact, okay? So journeying can affect the mind, can create conditions under which you can become more healthier psychologically, can create conditions under which you can become healthier physically. I know people who have used shamanic healing to recover from surgery faster, to heal problems that they were getting worked on with physical therapy, to help them, create the conditions in their body through mind and spirit, create the conditions in the body that are conducive for the body's natural healing process. And that's the way I explain it to my clients and my students. A lot of people will go into a shamanic session, and expect miraculous healing. And sometimes that happens. And by miraculous, I mean instantaneous, right? Healing immediately. I do this journey and all of a sudden my ulcer is gone or something like that. that does happen once in a while, but you can't rely on that. And really what's happening is we are creating the conditions under which the body and mind can heal itself. Your body, mind, and spirit are wonderful things that all work together. And when they are in alignment, great things can be accomplished, great healing can happen. So I hope this has been a little bit enlightening about how shamanic journeying, the healing power of shamanic journeying. And please subscribe to my channel, check out my other videos, and I will talk to you real soon.